And for this video, we're going to be installing Firebase Tools, and we'll initiate our first project in VS Code. So now we're going to head back over to VS Code, and within here, we're going to open up a terminal window, and I will reinitialize that terminal window. You can click Terminal and then New Terminal, or you can use the Control key and the tilde key at the same time, and they will both do the same thing. The first thing that we need to do is use npm, which is the Node package manager that we installed with Node.js, and we'll need to install Firebase Tools. It's a fairly simple command. All npm commands start with npm, and if you are installing something, you can use either the letter I or the word install, and then it's going to be -g, and that indicates that it's a global install. So Firebase Tools will be available in all VS Code projects. And then we're going to install the actual package itself. Now, I already have Firebase Tools installed, so this may work differently for me than it does for you, but that will get you started. And you'll watch as it's going to run through a number of scripts. And it's possible that this could simply update Firebase Tools for me. After this is done, the next thing that we'll be doing is connecting our VS Code project to our Firebase account. And to do that, we're going to enter in a Firebase command. All right, so that's done, and it looks like there was an update needed. It updated one package in this 48 seconds here. So the next thing we'll do is we'll need to do Firebase login, and I believe that I am logged in under a different account, so I'm going to log out of all accounts, and then I'm going to log in after it initiates the log out. All right, so it logged me out of the account that I was logged into, and now I'm going to use Firebase login, and it's going to log me in. And this is going to go through a series of questions, and then it's going to give you an option to choose an account to which you want to log into. Allow Firebase to collect CLI usage and error reporting information. I always hit yes for that, and it's just simply hitting a Y and then enter. And now I'm going to choose my account, and I'm going to allow it to make the connection. So now I am connected to Firebase, and now I'm going to initialize this project. Now that I'm logged in, I'm going to connect the project to the Firebase project that we created at firebase.google.com. And how do we do that? We simply enter Firebase init. Are you ready to proceed? Yes. Now for this part, you want to make sure that you do it carefully. You want to arrow down to the hosting and then hit the space bar and then hit enter. Okay, and we have some options here. This is one way that we could have created a new project. We didn't have to go through the Firebase GUI. We could have gone through the Firebase terminal this way. Use an existing project, create a new project, add Firebase to an existing Google Cloud Platform project, and don't set up a default project. In this case, we are going to arrow to use an existing project, and we'll hit enter. And then select the default Firebase project for your directory. And this is allowing us to choose the name of the project that we created on the Firebase website. So it's already, there's only one project there. It's already selected. So we'll just hit enter. And then what do you want to use as your public directory? And it's by default public. And you'll see what that means here in a moment. So all you have to do at this stage is simply hit enter. Configure this as an SPA. No. SPA is a different type of web technology, which doesn't apply to these particular video series. And then we'll hit enter. And now the project is connected to the project that we have. I'm sorry, VS Code is connected to the project in Firebase. So what it did here was it created a public folder. Everything that you want to be displayed on your public-facing website, you'll need to make sure is contained within that folder. So, for example, if right now, if I make the deploy command, Firebase deploy, it's going to send everything that is currently in the public folder. It's going to send it to the Firebase URL that we have already created. And it's going to generate that URL down in the bottom here. So I'm going to hit enter. And right now there's not very many things in there, so it's going to happen very quickly. And now it's going to give us a link for our project console, which we were in before. That's where we created this project. And this is the where we can actually view the project. So I'm going to hold down the control key and then click. And then this is an important option here where you can configure trusted domains so that whenever you click on this particular link within Firebase or within VS Code, it will automatically go to the link without giving you this message. So if I know I'm going to be coming back here often, I'll just configure trusted domains and then trust, this is the project URL, and this will always trust it. Now, right now, this is all that's been deployed to that particular URL because that is exactly what is in here. This is the index page that is within the public folder. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to take this index file that we created, which is right here, and let's decorate it a little bit. Let's do Rehab Media Project. Then down here for the site title, Rehab Media, and here do just a simple subtitle. And we don't need the jQuery in there, so that's from before. Now in here in the body, we'll use some Emmet in here, main, article, key, and then let's do 4 paragraphs, and then we'll add in some lorem, 50 characters, or 50 words each. Okay, and that's going to create a main, and then an article, and then it's going to create 4 paragraphs, all with 50 words in each. And this is why learning Emmet is so important. So when I come over here, now we'll see that that's been updated. Okay, so now I want to take this index file and I want to move it up into the public folder. And now it's in the public folder. So now it's no longer locally. Okay, we can bring it back up locally. We simply go in here, and instead of viewing it at that address, we'll do open with live server again, and now you can still get it within live server here. But we still don't see it here. Now we'll rerun Firebase deploy, hit enter, and it's going to redeploy all of the assets contained within this public folder directly to this link here. So I'll come over here, we'll refresh it, and now my tiny little website here is on the web. And that is how you deploy a Firebase site to the web. You can also include JavaScript files, CSS files in the public, as long as it's in the public folder. So within the public folder, if I right-click on that and I click New Folder, and let's say I want to put some style sheets in there. So I'll create a CSS folder, and then within that, I'll create a new file, styles.css. Okay, and that'll open a style sheet. But up here, I need to pull in that style sheet. So first, let's create some styles, and we'll create some basic styles here. I have some predefined snippets built in, and that will come as an instructional video later on. But I'm going to add the Roboto font, and then I'm going to add some basic styles in here. Sizing, border box, and then we'll do body, margin 0, padding 0, font, family, auto, and then we'll use sans serif as a backup font. And then we'll add in a background color, go light blue, and let's add a text style here. Let's see what our HTML says. Let's change this back from a paragraph tag to an H1 tag. So it's header H1, and let's say we want all headers, all H1s within the header container. H1, we want to center that text. So we'll do text align center, and now we'll connect the style sheet. So right here, and the emit command to create a style sheet link, just type out link and hit tab, and then you can connect. You'll notice that when you start typing the file structure, like I'm typing CSS, and then I click that, then it automatically will give me a list of all of the files that are contained within that folder. So I'll click that. Now when I come back over here, you'll see that it will update. Oh, we're on the live link. So let's come over here. So in here, you can see that all the margin and padding is gone. So let's go ahead and let's remove that. Now we'll come back over here, and that'll reset and add some margin and padding in here. But as you can see, the background color came in, it takes the header H1 and it aligns it centrally. Now that folder, the CSS, the style sheet, the index file, everything has been updated and it's within the public folder. So now I'll do Firebase deploy again. And you'll notice that right now the site looks like this. Once this is done deploying, all I have to do is refresh this. And my style sheet, the styles, the updates to any HTML are all contained within here. For this video, we installed Firebase Tools. We initialized and deployed our first project from VS Code directly to Firebase. And in our next video, we'll be creating a project tree to store all of our projects.